Which state did you find more engaging and more welcoming in India?
Their faces look like me. So I have the better. There are some differences between India and Japan, such as the maybe openness.
Nowadays, even sixth and seventh class kids are being teach programming languages.
China is trying to expand their territory, and first line it would be the Taiwan.
Let's talk about Pakistan. How is the relationship between Japan and Pakistan? What is the average age when someone gets in relations, get their first relation in Japan?
Most of them are have the relationship in the teenage.
Go to gym, or do they do yoga, or what type of exercise is popular in Japan? Hey everyone, today we have Sunaki from Japan. He is the procurement in charge of Kirin Holdings. So, who is responsible for Bira beers that we enjoy a lot. So, today we'll be having some exchange of thoughts and experiences. Recently, Sunaki has been in India for 6 months, and he have some experience. Let's talk to him and figure it out. What is the cultural and economic and other differences that he has faced in India? So, welcome, Sunaki, in Ikash
Hi,
Innovation.
hi, Akash. Thank you for having me today, and I'm really glad to have discussion with you. And hi, everyone. My name is Tsuneaki Arakane from Japan, and I work for Kirin Holdings, which is the beverage alcoholic company, and we have some minor share of the Bila 91, which is the Indian craft beer. And so I'm very excited to discuss about the each culture and like background, everything.
Okay, so Sunaki, you have been in India. You have how many states did you visited in India?
Well, I think it's around 5, 6 states, like from Maharashtra. I visited in the Maharashtra and been to the New Delhi and Assam, Odisha, UP, Karnataka, and maybe some other states as well.
How did you find India? Like
Well,
where they will
like
welcoming.
yeah, India's, I didn't expect it that India is such the diversity country because, in one country you have the different states, different languages, cultures. So yeah, it's truly amazing. My experience was really, uh, so excited to know about the every state.
Which state did you find more engaging and more welcoming in India? If you
Well, I'd say Assam, maybe, because I stay a lot of time there, and also their faces look like me, so I have the connection with them, and
yeah,
also the like the food culture is really similar to the Japan. So yeah.
okay. So talking about this culture, Indian and Japan, what did you find major difference between India and Japan in culture wise?
I think the uh, we're we have this common background, like the uh, between India and Japan. We are connecting back in 6th century, and we are importing the Buddhism from the India. So the basic idea of the culture things is really common between the India and Japan. And there are some differences between India and Japan, such as the maybe openness. The Indian people is really open-minded, and because of the many states, different language, different culture, so you guys are really open to the other people uh, to discuss very openly. It's very different from the Japan, I think.
But
Yeah.
many people from West, like they portrayed a image of India like they are really conservative, but you are saying totally different. Like we are more open, so that's
Yeah,
amazing.
well, well, I think compared to the Japan, Japanese people is more conservative. So, yeah, compared to
Okay,
Japan, the Indian people is open. Well, and
open. You
also many Indians speak English very fluently. Then that will be very good opportunity to work with, you know, around the war. So that is the big difference. Many Japanese that doesn't speak English, so yeah, that's
so
good things.
back in Japan, what is the second language? What do they
Second
prefer?
language, well, English maybe because the
Okay.
in the junior high and high school we learn English a lot, but many Japanese cannot use it. Like there is no chance or opportunity to talk to other country people. So
Okay, so
yeah,
due to you accept, like due to lack of English language in back in Japan, people are not getting that opportunity in other countries, like business opportunities and other opportunities. They are lacking behind for because of that.
yeah. I think so. Well, many people can read and write, maybe, but they cannot listen and speak.
Okay, got it. So you talk about education, right? Schools. So currently here in India, what is happening, many people in schools also, there are many programs running uh, to teach kids, even 6th and 7th class kids are being teach programming languages. So what is culture of programming back in Japan?
Well, recently we're starting the programming classes in junior high school, or, or maybe five, six grades. And now we are trying to. So there's the Japanese government are trying to expand the Giga School plan, which is the every student have the iPad for each
Okay.
student, and they can use it for the programming as well as the other classes like the you know each iPad provide the individual contents to the uh, students uh, regarding regarding the of the students level. So yeah, that is the technology that we're trying to implement in Japan.
Like Japan is also expanding in terms of programming and coding for school students also. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how is the education like in Japan? The education is sponsored by government or parents need to uh, be reliable on only on private institutes for primary educations?
Well, there is the two types. We have the public school and as well as the private school. But recently, especially the people in Tokyo, like the big city, they prefer to choose the private school rather than the public school because of the education. quality.
So they choose private institutes.
Yes, yes,
Okay. And in small towns, public institutes are more reliable.
yeah,
They are
that's true.
more in use. Same in India. Like, so if you could give a figure, like how many students are in public institute and how many students are in private institute till their primary educations. So
Well, I'm not sure about that. Better maybe 70% is the public and 30% it would be private. Mm, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, roughly.
okay. So
But you know, the recently there is the school through the internet. So they're now going to the school in the physically, but they're connecting through the internet. So this kind of the private school is now expanding in Japan.
okay, so like home education, something like kids are reading from home only, like they are not joining this institute. Online programs, like they
Yeah,
are
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah,
popular.
yeah.
Okay,
Exactly. Yeah, it's not popular though, but it's starting. It's emerging.
okay. So in India also this type of culture is started by Byju's, but currently they are in backslash, like they are not booming as well. Like they boomed in COVID, but when COVID is over, they are not doing well that much. So
Mm.
yeah, that is the case in case of India. So
Well, uh, as you mentioned, the in the rural area, especially in the rural area, the quality of the school is it's not feasible, right? So maybe this kind of the online session, high quality
yeah,
online session would be more
yeah,
useful.
there
Or
are
yeah.
some private providers booming in India, but in COVID they were expanding rapidly. But after COVID, they are not booming that much. But in rural areas, there are some providers who are providing better educations also. Yeah.
Hmm. I see.
So okay, so if we talk about trade between India and Japan, right? So what could be the best uh, product that could be exported from India if we talk about more margin?
Okay, so I think the India has the big opportunity in the area of the space technology, like the aerospace, and also pharmaceutical area, because the uh, I think the generic medicines production would be the largest, one of the largest industry in the India, and and many Japanese pharmaceutical companies are trying to go to the Indian market and also trying to build the factory of the pharmaceutical medicines. So that'll be the one things. And so currently we have the expo in the Osaka area, and there is the Indian pavilion there. And in that pavilion, the India government is trying to exhibition the pharmaceutical medicines and also the technology of the aerospace things. So maybe these two are big opportunity, and also the absolutely the IT sector is the one of the area that uh, expand to the export to Japan. Well, actually, it's not the export in physically, but as the service. Uh, Japanese or many Japanese company would like to how to say,
Hire Indian engineers, hire
yeah,
Indian
yeah,
engineers.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah. So
Like offshoring or friendshoring things.
okay, okay, got it.
Yeah.
S- So have you been in China? Like, so
Yeah, I've been to the China.
how do you see relationship between China and Japan in terms of economic and social uh,
Okay,
relationship?
yeah, so between China and Japan, we had big connection regarding to the economic, and we are doing many trading between China and Japan. So we are totally interdependent uh, regarding the supply chain to creating and manufacturing the many things. So we cannot cut this connection, but there is the big concern between the China because of the Taiwan things. They try to invade the Taiwan and expand their territory to the ocean. So we need to think about the how to protect or the uh, uh, their invasion to the Taiwan and a more extent to the Asian Pacific, especially to the Indonesia and Philippines. So we need to tackle this problem with the United States armies. So that'll be the relationship between the China. So we cannot say in the one word, but there is the many connection with the China, but there is a lot of the conflict between the China, obviously. So yeah, that would be the problem. So Akash, you are muted.
Okay, okay. How do you see relation between China and Japan in economic terms, like in terms of trade? Do you think these geographical issues that you mentioned, does they hamper the economic trade of between Japan and China?
Well, I think we are good connection regarding the economic and trading. So I think that is good, and the China is the really big market. So many Japanese company trying to expand their business in the China to the China. So they're exporting the goods to the China, and also they goes to the market directly. So they open the manufactured factory in China and selling in China. So we cannot cut this connection.
Okay, got it. Uh, Currently, we see the unexpected tariff rise by the US in different countries, and Japan is not also a exception. So, how do you see this tariff hike will impact Japan?
Well, that is a really big impact, uh, especially on the automobile industry, because this is the Japanese number one industry, and we're exporting many cars, automobiles to the US. So this tariff would be really big impact, and also uh, it's not only for the uh, finished good, finished the car, but also the automobile parts. So we are exporting many parts to the United States. Uh, let's say Ford and Tesla, they're purchasing Japanese parts. So this affects to these automobile, U.S. automobile companies. So this is really impactful. But you know, Mr. President Donald Trump, he is very clever person, so he knows about that. So he wants to make a you know deal with the Japanese government. So this is just the the card of the negotiation. So from now on, Japanese government should make good deal with the Donald Trump. That would be the uh, necessary in the future. Yeah.
So, can you guess what deal, what is the thing for which Donald Trump might be interested in Japan?
Well, he already mentioned about that. He wants uh, us to buy more American automobiles, and also some farms like the rice, fruits, and these kind of the things, food, and also he wants us to buy some uh, natural gases. So maybe we cannot take it at all, but maybe we, especially on the energy section, maybe we can buy some cheap natural gas from the US. That would be good deal.
So, currently, which country is source of energy for Japan? From where
Mainly,
do import?
mainly we are purchasing from the Saudi Arabia and
Okay,
Saudi Arabia now, and also Australia. So
okay.
these two are the major source. Better, you know, when we were thinking about the Chinese attacking to the Taiwan, then we cannot import these energy from the Saudi Arabia. So we need to purchase from the other side. So that'll be the US maybe. So that would be the
Okay.
good yeah option.
So there is a perception in geopolitical world like the alliance of US will decide the alliance of Japan. So whichever country is friendly with US, so like the Japan will be friendly for that country also. So how
Mhm,
do you
mhm.
see this statement?
Well, so in the safety things, land safety things, we're totally depends on the United States military, and so currently we don't have the military by ourselves. We have the self defense military, but we cannot use this military to uh, fought against the China. So when they're coming to the Taiwan, then we cannot go to the to save the Taiwan. But we are totally uh, depends on the U.S. military only. So we need to think about the this strengthen this relationship between the U.S. and Taiwan and also South Korea. So these countries have the same common sense. So we need to strengthen this relationship and tackle with the Chinese invasion. I think that'll be the same thing happening between the China and India, right?
Yeah.
How is the
Current
situation? Yeah.
current yeah, currently even India is like India is trying to put their own stance with US, but we have our own army, but even in that case also India is like trying to uh, like balance their relation between US and China, but they are more aligned toward US right now, but they are also trying to maintain some economic relation with China. So there
Mhm.
have been some deals also with China. So like you mentioned, we can't afford with like ex- like trade barriers between with China, because China is a gre- g- great market for cheap labors and manufacturing and all those things. So even India can't survive without Chinese support, Chinese export. So
Exactly.
even, yeah, even India is trying to balance. Even US is trying to like use India and Japan for to compete with China. Yeah, yeah. So
So
if
the recently, I think the Chinese uh, trying to doing some cognitive warfare. So do you know that the word of the cognitive warfare? So in the like the back in 10 years, 20 years ago, the war is happening in the physical way, like the conflict between the two countries. But recently, the people is trying to invasion of the mind. So the Chinese government is trying to spread their thought or the good image to the other country. So this is the invasion of the mind. So this is the cognitive warfare. So Chinese is they're using the TikTok and some other SNS things, internet media. Then they're trying to spread their mind or their how to say the information that regarding to the good image to the Chinese. So that would be, we need to tackle this problem as well.
so for that, India has already banned TikTok in India. Do you know
Mhm.
TikTok is banned
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
India? Yeah. So
Mhm,
there are some other media companies also that are banned in India. But yeah, as you mentioned, I think US is also trying to do the same with their Instagram and Facebook and YouTube.
mhm,
Uh,
mhm,
we see there like if you say something like even I have observed this, if you say something against US, so that video will not be promoted on social media, that will be
mhm.
suppressed. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
even yeah, US media is trying to do the same.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, exactly. And also the generative AI as well. So
Yeah,
Chinese trying to create the what is the AI name from the
deep seek,
China?
deep seek.
DeepSeek, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we're asking about the confliction between Japanese and China, and DeepSeek answer that this is a Chinese territory or something like that. So we need to very careful about this. Yeah. Mm.
uh, so but how do you think like how Japan can tackle this? Does Japan plan anything for their own social media platform or their own some media company? How Japan can
Well,
tackle this?
so currently we're trying to create in the cybersecurity things, and Japanese. Well, I think the Japanese government is they're I'll say um, delaying to tackle this problem. So maybe we need to ban the TikTok and DeepSeek things that are the government is not doing these things. So we need to do in the self protection. Like so, many Japanese companies are trying to ban these website or web services by their own policy. That is happening right now.
Uh, do you see like in near future Japan could build their own um, some generative AI models like ChatGPT, Grok, and DeepSeek?
Well, maybe. Well, better. Uh, Maybe in Japan we are trying to create more specific AI, not generative. So maybe, you know, how say the AI for the manufacturing or the AI for the some narrow down space. So maybe Japanese people is really good at to uh, concentrating on the one thing. So not for the generative AI, better to the narrow down AI. I don't know how to say specific AI to be created in Japan, maybe.
Okay, got it. So you previously mentioned like Taiwan is really important for Japan, right? But
Mhm.
China is trying to occupy Taiwan and claims like it is their territory. So how do you see like this could impact the, because all the semiconductor industries are in Taiwan. So how do you see this could impact the global industries?
Yeah, so that is the big impact for the all over the world. So many semiconductor industries are centralized in Taiwan back in 2 years, 3 years. But currently, many semiconductor companies are creating their factory in Japan, in Hokkaido and Kyushu. So they're trying to, I'd say, creating the business continuing plan. Uh, so uh, I think the when it the conflict it happened between the China and Taiwan, then it goes to the Japan factories. So the worst case would be now prevented. But the Taiwan is really important area because so China is trying to expand their territory, and first line it would be the Taiwan, and the second line would be Guam. Do you know the Guam, which is the
One, yeah, yeah,
U.S.
yeah, yeah.
Island in the Pacific Ocean? So when uh, China get the Taiwan, then the next it would be the U.S. territory. So we need to prevent these things before they happen.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
also mentioned like Japan is creating semiconductor factories, right? But
Mhm.
from where they are getting the raw materials for
Uh,
semiconductors?
well, I'm not sure. There are a lot of the materials are from many other countries,
I
but
think
maybe
Tai- Taiwan is major exporter of raw materials.
it's in.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
Taiwan
about
is.
that.
Okay, no worries.
And also the Taiwan is really important that because many things are coming through the between the ocean, so Japanese are importing many things from the other countries. So the ship is coming through between the Taiwan and China. And if the China is, taking over the Taiwan, then and also if the China stop the all the ship there, then it's really big impact for Japan. So it shouldn't
Okay,
have happen. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I got it. So, okay. So we talked about China, we talk about Japan and US and India. So let's talk about Pakistan. Like, how is the relationship between Japan and Pakistan?
Okay. So we have the connection with the Pakistan for a long time, I think, and we are supporting them to develop their the economic way. But we are not taking any political stand. So we are just supporting the Pakistan and India as well as the ODA. So yeah, that is the relation between the Japan and Pakistan.
Okay, so we had a lot of discussion geopolitics and all those things. Let's have some rapid fire round, like how is the culture of Japan? Okay, so it's
Okay.
just few quick questions. So uh okay, so my first question is about relationship. Okay, because I think this is good thing. So uh, what is the like average age when someone gets in relations, get their first relation in Japan?
Well, it depends on the people. But many people is getting a relationship in the junior high, so like the maybe when they're going to 12 or 13 years old. So like the most of them are have the relationship in the teenagers.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how does their parents find it? Like, are they cool enough to they just accept it, or they just try to like restrict them? No, this is
Well,
not good thing. You should not do this like that.
I think the recently it's more open to the parents, and they're not refusing it. Better like when I was a kid, I was trying to hide have the the relationship with the girls. But recently, many parents and kids have the good relationship, and they're very open to share their relationship. So
You recently
yeah,
became a father. Congratulations for
yeah,
that also. So how do you will you treat to your baby boy like once he is a teenager? So will you allow him to have a girlfriend?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, yeah, sure, yeah. Well, you know, this is a very good moment of the life. So I want him to enjoy his life as much as possible. So yeah,
Okay. And talking about some exercises, like so how does Japan treat, like do they guys exercise daily? Do they go to gym, or do they do yoga, or what type of exercise is popular in Japan?
okay. So many people goes to the gyms and others doing some sports like the football, soccer, and baseball.
Okay.
Well, major sports is the baseball. So many people are playing the baseball and football, soccer, and volleyball, badmintons. So many people play the sports to doing some exercises. Yeah.
Okay, I think we are done. So
Okay.
thank you, Sunaki,
Thank
for
you
having
for
this
having me.
wonderful discussion between India and Japan. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.